Oh, you want to race? What's an obscure business? Like a good lifestyle business, but an obscure one that you think you would be good at running?
I think I'd be good at like running a bubble tea place.
What makes you suited to that?
I don't know. I would have like good bubbles.
I hate bubble tea.
I don't even like bubble tea. Cool. Let's go get some coffee.
This is you in 10 years.
Dude.
I don't know why. He just kind of like reminded me of you.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got swagger. Look at him walk.
It's called hip dysplasia.
What do you think this guy's name is right here?
Rick.
I was going to say Eric. That's pretty close.
Pretty close, yeah.
I mean, it's just an E away.
Did you play organized sports ever?
I was draining threes when I was 6.
Okay.
Why did you dismiss me like that? I was sick when I was 6, 7 years old. They used to call me Flash. What's so funny?
Should they call you Twig? Or?
Yes,
Wait,
I played
answer the question.
baseball, basketball, and tennis.
Unlike teams you had to try out for?
Yes.
First of all, when were these organized sports played? And what teams did you
played
try out for?
basketball and baseball all throughout elementary, middle, and freshman year of high school.
Oh, wow, good for you. That was great.
They used to call me Flash.
Flash in the pan?
Nope.
Burn. Oh.
What was your nickname growing up? Like Stump?
Grandpa.
Was it really?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's why I thought you looked like that dude.
Yeah, right. Okay. You're a day camper? Oh. Lame. I was overnight camp. It's like much more, high level.
I was I couldn't go to overnight camp. I was so homesick all the time.
Makes sense.
The year I went to overnight camp for the first time, that year I did all right. That was 3 weeks. Senior side. We are senior side. What?
Sounds really cool.
That I did, but then the next year was D-Roy, and didn't do so well that year. That was the year that I
How
went.
old are you at this point?
Too old to be crying as much as I cried to go home. Let's call Mom right now. Hi, Mom.
Hi, honey.
How are you?
What's up?
Did you feel bad leaving me there since I was so sad, or no?
Yeah, of course. Yes,
So why'd you leave me there?
because I thought maybe you would push through it. Because I was hoping you'd be able to push through it, but you were too wussy.
Because what happened? You picked me up halfway through?
Yes, because you're a wuss.
I love you.
I love you guys. Bye, bye,
She
bye.
said
Bye.
love you guys.
But anyway, speaking of camp, there was a song that I was famous for knowing every word to at camp.
I know it too.
No, what?
Yeah, I do.
What?
Alphabet, give him a dollar, door
No.
four is really solid. Izzy, Yassi, Jacob, Sam,
No,
we're the
it's
boys
not.
that eat no ham.
That
Matzah,
was-
matzah till we die.
that was
Matzah,
not
matzah, that's our Christ. Sing a song with I am Mike, different, fight. Whoa, door four. See ya!
No, that's not it.
That was a sweet song though, wasn't it?
Yeah. Can you put it on? So I can sing it for you? It's a classic, but you probably never heard it.
Okay.
Because you're sheltered.
Oh, okay. Well, then afterwards I got to play music that I grew up listening to, and you tell me if you know it.
Well, I'm not going to know it because it's terrible.
Okay, here. Type it in.
The devil went down to Georgia and he was looking for his soul to steal. He was in a bind, he was way behind, he was willing to make a deal. The devil crossed this young man's soul on the fiddle and playing it hot. And the devil jumped up on a hickory stump and said, "Boy, let me tell you what. I guess you didn't know it, but I'm a fiddle player too. And if you care to take a dare, I'll make a bet with you.
How do you know this?
And you play pretty good fiddle, boy, but give the devil his due. I bet a fiddle of gold against your soul, cause I think I'm better than you." The boy said, "My name's Johnny," and it...
Why do you know that song? Whoa.
There's an electric guitar part that comes
No, I
on.
appreciate that, but why do you know that song?
It's a good jam.
Okay,
Sounded
it's
like
my turn to play.
that.
If you don't know this, then you're a loser.
Call me a loser.
You're a loser.
No, I still cannot believe it. A revolution
You don't even know the words to your favorite song.
I got it.
Stop this.
You don't have a hook. You
I
know
got
the
it.
chorus.
There we go.
I'm so different. Oh yeah, I feel we're all the same. All the way
You don't know the words. Your favorite.
She never knew no competition.
What are you gonna say to her?
I'm gonna say
Let me know if
hello.
you'd like.
Called my mom this morning. Call your mom this morning.
Jonathan, talk to my mom more than I do.
Hi, not available right now.
Get a text in 2
Leave
seconds.
message.
Why is Jonathan calling me?
At the tone, please record your message.
I just called to say I love you. Sing with me.
This is so.
I just called. Sing with me. To say that I care. Let's pick someone and do like a video conference with them and just record that. And then
Alright.
like put it right in the middle of us driving.
So it's gonna be
Like driving.
carpool, new format, carpool video conference in our office. Carpool.
Yeah. Drive to work, learnings, insights, drive home.
Yeah, that it's like a real day with Ludlow. We
Yeah.
drive together, we do some work,
We drive together, we take one meeting,
one meeting,
we drive home.
and we drive home. Perfect.
Who do you want to call?
Jesse?
Yes. Can you just go over?
Can I?
Mm-hmm.
Towards you? Why does this look like this? My head isn't lopsided. Is it the angle?
It's the angle. Come in here.
Is this like, are you recording this?
Yeah, you're going to be on our widely viewed. We should have a YouTube competition. We should go on your channel,
Okay.
out of boxes.
Before we get started, do you, in all seriousness, like what's the time frame on this? Just because I want to make sure I don't miss a train to Palo Alto.
Right now?
She's big time in us.
She's big time.
No, I'm really
Like 20 minutes or less.
okay, we're good. Okay. You guys are kind of twinning, I guess, huh?
You know what?
Some
It's
guys.
so funny that you said that because his wife tells us that we're twins all the time, and my wife has started doing it, and it's driving me nuts because I'm way more handsome.
You guys are like just being sassy. You're wearing like almost matchy t-shirts, matchy caps.
By the way,
Welcome to Carpool VT, where we're not in a car.
you're the first person to ever call us sassy.
Oh, really? You are both very sassy.
So, Jesse, you are the founder and CEO of Lumi.com. And there are I don't think there's anyone on the planet who, Jesse, you are the founder and CEO of Lumi.com. Thank you so much for joining us and testing out this new format with us. Could you just give us like 30 seconds on you and the company?
Yeah, so I'm from Detroit originally, as you know. And I live in LA now. And I'm founder and CEO of Lumi, and we help fast growth companies manage their packaging supply chain. So everything from a lot of custom products like custom printed badass boxes and packing tape and everything that you need to ship your product.
So how on earth did you get to this? I mean, it's not like...
How does someone become a packaging mogul, you ask? I know packing tape is not the next Silicon Valley buzzword. I get that, if that's what you're trying to ask me. Actually, like we got into this, Steph and I got into this because we studied industrial design, which I think you guys remember, and we ran our own product-based business that we launched on Kickstarter and took to retail for like 4 years before doing this. And so I like to say we lived the pain. Like we lived the moments where it was actually like the stark difference between how many tools existed to help you grow the digital side of your company. Like there's a happy chimp that literally walks you through email marketing in the happiest way possible. Okay. and then you're like, oh, I need to ship something. I need packing tape. I need to order custom boxes. And like some, guy in China is calling you Mr. Jesse and asking you to wire him $10,000. And you're like, this is not a happy chimp experience. Like, so, and I am not Mr. Jesse. So, we recognize the need by living through it and surviving to the other side.
Take us back for 1 second, because you've been like insanely entrepreneurial your entire life. So,
That's true.
can you tell us a little bit before like you started this business? What were you doing? I remember you had like fun stories in high school and you were starting companies there.
Yeah. So I started my first company when I was like 15 going on 16. Actually, most people don't know this, but part of my inspiration for becoming an entrepreneur was not getting the cross-country captainship position. My world exploded. So I did not get the cross-country captainship, which I was planning on. And then I had a moment where I was like, what should I do with my life? Like, where is this all going, right? And as every 15-year-old does. And so I decided to start my first company. I decided to make a change. And my first company was printing T-shirts. And it wasn't because of some like great love for T-shirts specifically, but I had like $300 and you can start a T-shirt company for $300. But I could never really leave well enough alone. So instead of like selling T-shirts to my friends at school and stuff, I like pitched my parents on going to California over the summer and like going store to store on Melrose Avenue, like selling my T-shirts. Like I was determined to make a T-shirt enterprise.
And that was when you were 15 years old.
Yeah. I ended up going, I convinced them to let me go, which is kind of remarkable thinking back. I convinced them to let me go live on a family friend's couch the summer after my sophomore year of high school, so that I could like launch my T-shirt business. They were like, I don't even know how this all like, how it would be to be my parent. I can't even imagine. Maybe if, you know, like I'm sure your kids or something are like really, understand, like they understand venture capital and whatever. Like for me, anyway, but I'm just saying like, I had no exposure to it. Like there was no exposure to any of that. So when I look back, I wasn't making a conscious choice of like, you know what, I'm going to be an entrepreneurial mofo. Like, look at me. Like, like it wasn't like that. I was thinking to myself like, wow, everyone I know has parents that like grow up and end up in middle management. Like maybe I could do something different with my life.
When you're doing like sales, how do you get the people you're talking to excited about this part of their business and how important it is?
That actually is really easy. It's you all that are the hard part. Like investors are like, you know, they might take like a drone meeting before me and then like they're like thinking about how like a robot is going to replace their kids later or whatever. Like they've got a lot of crazy meetings going on. But when I talk to my customers, they actually care a lot because they really need this stuff. So I'm being sassy. But to answer your question in earnest, like what's interesting is the marketplace for buying packaging is like traditional distributors, brokers, agents, a lot of like Bob's, Gary's, and Mike's, not to stereotype, but like it's a very specific thing going on. And they do business over email. They send you PDFs. They'll like mail you things for some reason to like review. And so it's when we sit down and we take a meeting and we show how we're applying technology to like, no, don't just make a random choice over a box. Like we can geolocate production to save you shipping, like all of this stuff. It's not that hard to get someone excited about that because they see the impact that could have on the bottom line pretty clearly.
And so is it a combination of how much you're going to save them on the bottom line, or is it also customer experience?
It's a combination for sure. Like every company, of course, wants to save, but savings come in many forms. Like it's not just price like slashing or getting a better price. That is a part of it. But a lot of the savings in supply chain come from efficiency, come from if your box is traveling 100 miles instead of 350 that it's currently traveling, you're saving both dollars, you're saving transit dollars, maybe unit cost dollars, as well as time. Like now you have a 3-week lead time instead of a 4-week lead time. So it's a more complicated web of like efficiency and savings that convinces someone that they can't kind of do without the technology piece. And then the experience is like also, extraordinarily better. Like if in an industry where even at the large companies, like there's large packaging companies that are making billions of dollars a year. And this is not an exaggeration. Their way of taking orders is you have an assigned rep to you, like a regional rep, and you have to email or call that person. If that person is out, you have to like find someone who's not out to like even get your order placed. Like even if it's a reorder, you use these products every month. So when that's the level, and when the typical e-commerce company uses 10 different packaging components and has like 7 different vendors, you can imagine how much like running around with your head cut off of that kind of results in.
Could you give us like one super practical example of a customer of yours, what they would do previously and how you've just improved their life time 10?
Yeah. I'll give an example. Let's use MeUndies because I love those guys and they're awesome. We have been working with them for over a year and 3 months or so. And when we first contacted them, I talked to one of the founders and they were like, you know what, we were like really new and they were like, you know, like take a shot at this if you want, but like we've quoted this all over town and, you know, we've chosen the best price and I don't really know how this could get better. I was like, that's fair. Like, let's look at this. And what we uncovered was something that's very normal in this industry that's very hard for brands to navigate, which is they had sent this pouch, they use this awesome laminated plastic pouch to all the local distributors and vendors in LA. And they had chosen the best price, negotiated a little bit and done things. Ultimately, what Lumi's doing on the back end is mapping the manufacturing capacity for every single item on the platform and knowing exactly where in the world this equipment is sitting that can actually make this stuff. And what we discovered within a few days of looking at their item is that what was going on is they had chosen the best local bidder who was then bidding it out to someone else, a broker that flies back and forth to Asia, and then that company was bidding it out maybe even a second time. And so we were able to save them over 20% by coming on the Lumi platform, better user experience, but the savings aren't mystical. What Lumi is actually doing is cutting out a lot of crusty layers of people that have existed because the internet wasn't around and they could get away with game of telephone.
What's the future hold? What's next for Lumi?
It's about adding that next material and that next set of equipment into the platform so brands can buy more things through us. And we already get a lot of requests, like a next area that's very adjacent and also a massive industry is printed collateral. Like brands, it's normal that a brand buying boxes and tape and everything would want to buy their postcards and their pack slips and everything through us as well. So we're already dabbling in that.
Great.
Whoa! Don't get too excited. Don't get too excited about my vision. I know it's bowled you over.
I knew that if I did a deadpan reaction, you both would respond that way. So I tried my best.
That was good.
I pulled it off, didn't I?
Yeah, that was one of your better deadpans.
Awesome. You kind of spoke about this a little bit before, but I think it's really important because there are a lot of entrepreneurs out there who are trying to raise money for really great businesses, and because they're not a new flying car or a drone that delivers medicine to
a robot kid,
it's hard to get investors really amped up about it.
Yeah.
Can you talk to us about some of the things or some of the strategies you use to kind of break through that barrier so that you can actually get these meetings and get this funding secured?
Yeah, I do think that's something that's really important is someone understanding your passion for it and your story. I think your story about how you got into it, it's important for every business, but I think it becomes even more pivotal for a business that people are like, no, really, how did you get into this? I'm not just asking in a cute way, I need to know.
Right.
So I think that becomes even more important and it's easy, especially when your entrepreneur brain is going a million miles a minute to jump right into here's my numbers, here's the metrics. And people are why are you even doing this? And why should I care? So you want to meet them in that why should I care moments. I think another thing is just to take steps to make sure you aren't pigeonholed. It's sort of, I think it's a little bit more of a trope at this point. I don't know how real it is that, companies that are making money and potentially couldn't be profitable, sometimes there's a stigma of now everyone's just counting their pennies as opposed to listening about your vision. And so you have to, you just have to counteract that. You have to lead with the vision. And be isn't it awesome that I'm going to build a badass company instead of just eating all your dollars all the time and coming back to more for a new dollar trough? I'm going to also be making money at the same time to feed my vision. And if you frame it that way about why you're excited to be making money because it means you can extend your runway more at will and whatever else, you just want to meet them there too. As opposed to look at it, I'm making money, great. And it's just the psychology of that I think is important as well.
Okay, so anything you want to kind of
get out or plug?
I think if anyone watching is part of any e-commerce businesses, we're doing a fantastic job helping them out. So send them my way if you want. It's just Genet@Lumi.com. But that's what we're up to, and we're based in LA, so people can drop by there too if they find themselves in town.
Thanks for joining us.
Midwest.
Stop flinching. I'm not going to hit you. Oh, gotcha. Make your train. It's awesome to see you. Thank you for letting
Thank
us
you.
be investors in Lumi, because
Yes, of course. Thank you,
our
guys.
jobs is compared to yours, and we're so thrilled with what you guys are up to.
I'm excited too. Thank you. Have
All
a
right, good job.
safe ride home, guys.
Is it truth?
I said truth and good job.
Truth.
Have a safe ride home. I hope you guys don't get distracted and drive safely. I'm leaving. I'm literally leaving. I have to go.
Bye.
These shoes on my feet.
I
I
bought
bought
'em.
them.